Hello guys, so today in this video I'm going to share with you 5 crypto AI projects that I think could explode this year, and some of them I'm pretty certain will explode. So let's get into it and let's see what these projects are. So before I start naming these projects, let's just look at why artificial intelligence is probably the strongest narrative or why we should be investing in AI cryptos, for example. So if you look at crypto narratives, some of the top crypto narratives that we expect to see the biggest gains and projects exploding in are deep in gaming, layer 1 projects, real world assets, and then artificial intelligence. And if we look at artificial intelligence as a narrative in crypto, right now the total market cap for AI is really, really low. But like companies like Nvidia are the top AI, one of the top companies in the world by market cap right now. Amazon, Google, Meta, they're all fighting to get their share of their AI market share. And right now, though, in crypto, we're not entirely seeing that reflected in the price of crypto projects. So it's only a matter of time before some crypto projects just blow up and become the biggest deal out there. And I expect AI to probably be the biggest narrative of this bull run. And then as we just see why AI is really important in the crypto industry. So AI uses machine learning to promote data performance, efficiency, and accuracy, where blockchain looks for power and energy to execute and run a network of computers. Combining both blockchain and AI makes the process smoother and more viable. And it's just joining together the power that is taken to run a blockchain network. All that power can be used to train machine learning models and train AI, and that's kind of where the mesh happens. So anyway, let's start looking at some of these projects, and you'll see what I mean. So the first project that I picked here is called DEAI, and it's run by 01 Labs. And 01 Labs, as their website, if you go and visit it, it's a really cool website, but what it'll say is just wake up, powering decentralized artificial intelligence. 01 Labs is a DEAI ecosystem creating a new economic primitive. And basically what Zero Labs is doing is they're building an artificial intelligence marketplace, training artificial intelligence models, and they see themselves as a competitor to Tau. So Tau being probably the top crypto in the AI space. And we'll talk more about Tau in a minute. But what they say here is Keymaker, new home for your DEAI apps, so basically your decentralized apps. Leverage DEAI toolset, API, and DApp store. We've developed a comprehensive open platform designed specifically for open source, decentralized AI developers, basically. Utilize our pre-built tools, streamline your workflow with our Zapier like API, and launch your application on our decentralized app store. Take advantage of the zero economic framework every time your application is used. Basically, you can go and develop an app on this network, and then you can launch it onto their marketplace, and you can take advantage of similar things that have been solved on their network to build your app, launch it on their marketplace, and then get users to come and use that application. This is a really big deal. Now, the only thing about this crypto here is that it's been built on the Ethereum layer 1. So it's built on top of Ethereum, so it's not a layer 1 by itself. And for that reason, it's probably can't really be described as a direct competitor of Tau, but they're trying to take some of that market share off Tau. But right now, Zero Labs DEAI, it's got a market cap of 40 million who knows where this can go. It's a pretty new project, but it looks quite promising. Don't be surprised to see it going up to $1 billion market cap and above over the next year. Since it's quite new, I would class this as a high risk project, but it does seem to be very legitimate and it does seem to have high potential, but just know it's high risk. Next, we're moving on to a way less high risk project called DNX, and this is an exciting project to talk about. I want to talk about this project a lot more in detail on this channel in the future, and I haven't mentioned it yet, but this is a really cool one. So DNX is a quantum computing platform, and it falls under artificial intelligence and deep-in and quantum computing, and it's a really, really unique and really, really cool project. So as it says here, DNX is the world's only accessible neuromorphic quantum computing cloud for solving real-world problems at scale. So basically what DNX has done is they have managed to create a quantum computing platform that is accessible for anyone, so you can take advantage of quantum computing power without owning a quantum computer yourself. So as we see here, just some details about it. A flexible blockchain. DNX, which is DNX, is the platform that DNX is built on top of. DNX represents a cutting-edge neuromorphic computing platform built upon a revolutionary adaptable blockchain system comprising of collaborating miners. This decentralized quantum computing network excels in executing calculations with unparalleled speed and efficiency, surpassing usual quantum computing limitations. Now, that's just a load of words there, but this is exciting, and what these guys have achieved is exciting. So they're taking mining power from all over the world. So people that mine the network get paid in DNX. They give their computing power to the DNX network, and then it's using it to build a supercomputer that is capable of quantum computing. And then we see what they say here, what they mean here by neuromorphic engineering. Neuromorphic computing is an approach to computing that is inspired by the structure and function of the human brain. A neuromorphic computer/chip is any device that uses physical artificial neurons to do computations. And that's, again, a lot of words there, but that's the bigger picture. They're building artificial neural networks from the GPU power that's been given to them, and what they've achieved is pretty special. So if we look at the DNX story begins with an ambitious vision to create the world's first neuromorphic supercomputing platform. Unlike many blockchain projects, DNX didn't start out as a simple cryptocurrency project, but as a solution to the growing need for decentralized computing power. So that's a big deal, because what's going on right now in the world is that there's so many companies trying to get as much computing power as they can, but there's not enough chips in the world for all these companies. At the same time, you have all these gamers in the world that need all this computing power. And in many respects, computer chips are becoming like the new oil of the world, and there's a whole hidden war going on for this computing power. So a company like DNX is trying to get as much of that computing power and take it into their system and then provide it to users of their network in a decentralized manner. So through a series of neuromorphic experiments and technological developments, the DNX team has developed a system capable of solving complex problems with remarkable efficiency. So they're talking about solving artificial intelligence problems or machine learning problems. And then technical developments from concept to reality, marked by the launch of DNX Solve, network expansion, rapid growth thanks to adoption by a committed community of miners and users. Basically what they're saying is that eventually this is like a blue chip company right here, or potentially a blue chip company. And they're saying that companies like Google and Amazon are going to come to them for the computing power to solve their artificial intelligence and machine learning problems, and also take advantage of artificial intelligence and machine learning problems that have already been solved. And just to show you what a big deal this is DNX recently, and show you that this isn't all just fluff and words, DNX recently set a new world record for quantum computing, breaking NVIDIA's, so NVIDIA, the top AI company in the world right now, breaking their previous record, or the top computer processing company, I guess you could describe it, breaking their previous record. So it says here that we are pleased to announce a significant breakthrough in the field of quantum computing achieved through the Dynex neuromorphic quantum computing platform. By employing a sophisticated quantum algorithm, we successfully solved a graph containing 10,000 vertices, setting a new record that surpassed the previous benchmark by threefold. So they surpassed the NVIDIA benchmark threefold. The previous world record was established by NVIDIA using their CU quantum software on the in-house supercomputer Selene. NVIDIA's efforts involved 896 GPUs to simulate 1,688 qubits, capable of resolving a graph with 3,375 vertices. This achievement at the time represented an 8-fold increase in the number of qubits compared to the largest previous quantum simulation. Okay, what does that all mean? I'm too stupid to know. It's a lot of words. It sounds great, but what I do understand is graphs and achievements, and you can see that this was where NVIDIA has grown from. So this was NVIDIA's outputs, and then we can see where Dynex is what they've achieved through their blockchain. And they just say here, our recent accomplishment not only advanced the capabilities of quantum algorithms, but also significantly expands the potential applications of quantum computing in solving complex optimization problems. Again, lots of words, but this is just the beginning for something like Dynex. And they're getting so much GPU power in, and they're able to provide that GPU power to their customers and solve AI problems through that. It's a really big deal, and this looks like, when you consider that NVIDIA is the top, or at least was, I don't know is it still, but it was the top company by market cap only recently. You can see how undervalued Dynex is right now at a market cap of only 40 million. It just seems, unless I'm missing something, seems like a complete no-brainer to invest in Dynex right now. And you can imagine, only one downside I would say about Dynex is it's built on top of Ethereum as well, so it's not a layer one. And layer ones generally run to higher market caps. But still, you would imagine Dynex has all the potential in the world to run to a billion market cap and far higher. Again, I don't know that for a fact. You got to do your own research. It's all high risk. But this project's been around for quite a while now, and you would imagine that it seems like a no-brainer. But let's see what happens. The next project then that I want to talk about is quite similar, and it's NMT, or Netmind token. And this project is similar again because it's taking GPU power from a range of different, from miners, and in return, those miners are getting paid in the Netmind token for providing their compute power to the network, and then that compute power is being provided to customers of the Netmind of the Netmind network. As you can see, this is only in beta still very early days with this project. But as I said, they're training, fine-tuning, and inference. So they're training decentralized machine learning and AI models. And as we can see here, so access to compute power. So NMT provides users with the access to computational resources powered by AI, whether it's running complex algorithms, processing large data sets, or training machine learning models. NMT facilitates efficient utilization of compute power. Again, what we're talking about is a potential blue chip company here that just seems like a crypto project. But this company could potentially have customers like Amazon, Google, Meta that need more compute power, and they're coming to NMT to Netmind to get that compute power and to to dig in or to utilize their already solved artificial intelligence problems and machine learning capabilities. So as we see that, it says cost efficiency. By leveraging NMT, users can access computer resources without the need for expensive hardware or infrastructure. This cost-effective approach democratizes access to computational power, particularly for smaller organizations or individuals with limited resources. So again, because NMT has such computational power, if you had a machine learning algorithm that you wanted to train, and you didn't have the computational power to do it, you could just go to NMT, become a customer of theirs, and train that machine learning algorithm through them. So it'd be similar to you just right now on your laptop, having access to that sort of computational power. And then it says decentralized governance. So NMT operates with a decentralized ecosystem where token holders have a say in governance decisions. This ensures transparency and fairness in the management of computational resources, empowering the community to shape the direction of the platform. This is really important as well. And this is what's super interesting about artificial intelligence and blockchain technology and crypto technology, because crypto technology and blockchain technology have the power to decentralize artificial intelligence instead of artificial intelligence being controlled by top companies like Google and Meta, Amazon, where they can suddenly develop an intelligence that's far greater than any intelligence that's ever existed on Earth and become like the dominant player in every area of the world, which, is kind of like a dystopian future sort of scenario. I'm not saying those companies are evil and would do that, but it would make them have unfair monopolies over the market. It would put them so far ahead of their competitors, and it would also, it makes you think of Skynet from Terminator if you want to get into real sci-fi sort of stuff. But through decentralizing AI, that doesn't become an issue. And then, as we see here, it says incentivize participation, which I'm not going to read that in detail, but just basically means that if you mine on the NMT network, you can get paid in NMT for giving your compute power to the network. What's really interesting as well, what makes me super bullish on NMT is it's been talked about by some top people out there. So an AI researcher at OpenAI just has been commenting recently on NetMind AI, and they just said, what if OpenAI starts to use NetMind's data set and its benchmarks? And then they just said, NMT is no-brainer, don't listen to me, listen to an AI researcher working at one of the leading AI research organizations globally. So this is why NMT seems like a big deal. Then if you look at NMT right now, it's down quite a bit from its all-time down $14 or $15 only a couple of months ago. And only a couple of months ago, it had a market cap of around $500 million, but it's just been falling with the rest of the market recently. Right now, its market cap is $185 million. I'm not sure that I just say $500 billion a minute ago. I meant to say 500 million. And right now, its market cap is $185 million. And this, you really would expect to see this one go above $1 billion and really soar over its all-time high. I mean, it's in such early phase, and it already only recently hit a market cap of 500 billion. Who knows where this one could go? And I mean, the big picture of this is DNX is very similar, and it's only got a 40 million market cap. I mean, that seems insanely undervalued, and it's already set a new world record for quantum computing. So definitely DNX seems hugely undervalued. I think NMT is undervalued as well. They both look like great investments. Again, everything's risky in crypto, but these are pretty low risk. And again, NetMind token isn't a layer 1 project, and that's just interesting to note. So its value probably isn't going to go as high as layer 1. But let's look at the top layer 1 AI projects. And they're some of the only layer 1s that I'm aware of right now. And the first one to look at is Tau. So Tau is a really big deal. And Tau is basically like the Bitcoin of artificial intelligence. It's the leading artificial intelligence coin out there right now. And a lot of people would expect that the whole market is going to rise and fall in terms of AI coins in line with Tau. And Tau, it's going to be very hard to surpass as the number 1 AI crypto project. But basically, BitTensor is the world's first neural internet. And And this is the website that I recommend going checking out. So if you want to see what Tau BitTensor is, BitTensor is revolutionizing the development of machine learning platforms by decentralizing the process and creating a peer-to-peer market for machine intelligence. It enables the collective intelligence of AI models to come together, forming a digital hive mind. This decentralized approach allows for the rapid expansion and sharing of knowledge akin to an unstoppable library of knowledge that grows exponentially. By harnessing the power of distributed networks and incentivizing collaboration, BitTensor is driving innovation and pushing the boundaries of machine learning. The BitTensor protocol establishes a marketplace that transforms machine intelligence into a tradable commodity by developing an open and accessible network. It fosters innovation from a diverse global community of developers. So, Tau, yeah, just really big deal. It basically joins together everything that we've talked about with the previous cryptos, but it's also a layer one crypto, meaning that any app can be built on top of it, or anything can be built on top of it. It's a complete own network. It didn't need Ethereum, didn't need to be built on top of anything like that. And it's just been recently listed on Binance. Basically, again, all that mining power from miners, that compute power goes into training artificial intelligence, machine learning models. All that's been built together in their hive mind, as they call it, which is basically just an artificial neural network. And it's creating intelligence that's just building on top of each other, which is basically building an artificial general intelligence, even though they don't talk about that openly here. And then what Tau also has is an AI marketplace. So basically, any AIs that are developed on it could be sold and bought on the BitTensor network. So it's a really big deal already, and it's probably going to become a way bigger deal. Again, BitTensor is down a lot recently, currently at a price of $350, a market cap of 2,300,000, or it's about 2.4 billion basically. Seems like a super great time to buy. This is a project that is already quite established, will be around for a long time, and I would expect at some point to see Tau crossing that 100 billion market cap mark. And I think this is going to be a project that's going to be around for a long time into the future. So big deal, a great investment, and recommend checking this one out. And then the last one I'm going to tell you about is called Cubic, and Cubic is my number one pick for this bull run, and I just think it provides the best risk to return ratio, in my opinion. So Cubic is the first ever useful proof of work L1 blockchain. Now, I'm not sure if it definitely is, but it's definitely close to being the first anyway. I mean, Tau might have some arguments that might argue with that, and probably there's some other networks out there that might, but it's definitely one of the first. So Cubic is very similar to Tau in that it's taking all that compute power from miners all over the world. It's using all that compute power to train artificial intelligence and machine learning models. So basically the same approach we've seen before, and then it's got decentralized DEXs built on top of it. It's, games are going to be released on it. Probably there's going to be marketplaces for AI built on top of it as well. I don't see why there wouldn't be. So it's quite similar to Tau in that respect as well. It's also got feeless transactions and offline payment verification. Cubic, also runs completely out of RAM. So it's super, super fast. It's achieved on the testnet 40 million transactions per second, but they also think that it's possible for them to achieve 100 billion transactions per second in the future. So it's just crazy fast, basically. Then they have something called Agart that's on top of Cubic, very similar to the hive mind that Tau's talked about. With Agart, Cubic is trying to build an artificial general intelligence, exact same as Tau, just looks like a complete blue chip development here that companies like Amazon, Google, Meta are all going to be looking to dig into, because it's completely open source, just like Tau. They're going to be digging into this and trying to use this network to power all the machine learning and artificial intelligence solutions that they're trying to develop at the moment. And as these solutions are made, they'll be then added to AGART, and then AGART's going to combine those together into making a super brain, which is going to create an artificial general intelligence, hopefully. Then smart contracts can be run on top of the Cubic network. It's deflationary with lots of burns happening on the network, and then it's green energy because it's useful proof of work. It's putting all that mining energy to use. Cubic right now, why I think is just such a no-brainer is, if you look at Tau, which I think is undervalued, and it's got a market cap of 2.4 billion. Cubic right now has a market cap of 400 million, and it'll probably fall a bit more in the coming weeks. But right now it's such a great time to buy Cubic, and this is also, my aim for Cubic is to see it around 10 billion to 30 billion, but it's one that's possible to see up around the 100 billion mark, and its creator, has said in the past that they're hoping it can hit a trillion market cap. Let's see if that happens. It's happened for Bitcoin, so it is possible, but I definitely think a 10 billion market cap is super realistic, and it's, a super low kind of minimum expectation, while 30 billion I think is very possible too. And then, anywhere from 30 to 100 billion is, you're getting into dreamland, but it's really, really possible for such an ambitious, marketable project like this. Again, you guys, you got to do your own research. None of this is guaranteed. I'm not saying this will definitely happen, but I hope it will. I'm just going to share a video now on screen. Click on that and you can learn more about Cubic. I go into it in detail in that video, and you can see exactly how it works. And that is all for today, guys, and I'll chat to you all on the outside.